pretty much any application out there that says that it's going to speed up your computer, make it faster, make it better is bogus. It's usually not going to do that at all. In fact, it's going to cause more problems. That's why I always tell people don't install any of that crap on your system. And even worse, whenever you do install stuff like that on your system, you get plagued by pop-up ads that come up nonstop saying, hey, upgrade to the next tier. We'll make your computer faster. It's all bogus marketing BS. But there is one that was built by Microsoft for Microsoft called PC Manager that you can get from the Windows Store. So I decided to hop in and check it out because it had a couple of features that I thought were really useful. So the most useful feature, if it actually works, is a pop-up manager blocker. So think of that freeware that you installed where it will pop up in your lower left-hand corner of your taskbar saying, hey, upgrade this program to get the full benefits. PC Manager has an option where you can block that. So check it out. Select on screen, and then you can select the window of whatever that you want to block. And there's some sort of an insider program that you can sign up for that would take those screenshots and send it to a central database so that the PC Manager people, whoever are in charge of it, can get a better idea of what apps to block ads for. It's kind of a cool feature, and I'm really curious if it works. Now, mind you, Microsoft is in the game of advertising to you. You have an advertising ID on your Windows computer. If you don't want an advertising ID on your computer, switch to Linux. So there is that. That's why they have this stupid little deal in the side that you click on, the widgets thing that always pops up with news and weather and financial information. It's all just bogusness. Okay. There were a couple of other features on this thing that I liked. So in the storage management section, I did like this. You can search your computer for large files, and you can just quickly go, okay, I want to go through and remove this large file, like this video that I had from years ago that's on my computer. Let's see, other things that will allow you to do with the storage. This one didn't work for me, and I was really hopeful that it would work. It scans your computer for duplicate files. I duplicated a PDF in multiple different locations across this computer, and it just didn't pick it up at all after rescanning it and everything. So a bug, maybe, I don't know. Another thing that is kind of nice is that it does a storage overview. So it searches through all of your files on your C drive, and it will tell you how much of those are user files versus system files and how much crap you have in your recycling bin. It's a nice feature. It does help you, like if you're one of these people that bought a laptop that has 128 gigabytes of memory, you would find this little tool useful because it would help you determine what stuff to remove off of your computer. Okay. Close out of that. Other things that I liked about this, underneath of the protection, this scan for viruses thing, that just opens up Windows Defender. The Windows Update, that's just checking your system settings. What I did like is this right here, taskbar repair and restore default apps. You will get situations, and I get called out for this. Somebody's kid hopped on their computer and suddenly their taskbar looks all wonky. This has an option where you can go and repair it and just set it back to the system defaults. I like that feature. Another thing, this one right here where it says restore default apps. People who install freeware, it always ends up coming with like a PDF reader or something that they didn't need, and it changes their default PDF reader or their default web browser or their default Office document manager. And it's really, really annoying and frustrating for people to have to figure out how to go into their settings and find those default apps and change them around. This has a little one-touch button where you can go in and you can just set it back to the system default, which if you don't like Microsoft Edge, then you're not going to like that because the system default on a Windows operating system is Microsoft Edge and Office for everything, because they're a monopoly. Let's see. There is also this. So it does let you deal with some startup apps, but it doesn't catch all of them. So like this right here, it's showing Microsoft OneDrive and SharePoint as startup apps, but the spot where your startup apps are actually managed in Task Manager, as you can see, there's a lot more stuff that is on your startup apps that it's just not being shown in this PC manager. So blah. Yeah, kind of a miss on that one, guys. Okay, deep uninstall. So if this is doing something similar to like what IO-bit uninstaller does, which is it searches for residual files after uninstalling something, and it will give you the option to delete them, then that's awesome. But I don't know 100% if it does that or not. I chose to delete the default Microsoft Solitaire game using this application, and it just seem to just do a regular uninstall. So I don't really know if their deep uninstall is as deep as what they are saying it is. Let's see. Yeah. So this other deal right here, Toolbox, this is kind of useful. There's Windows tools that everybody would find useful, like the screenshot snipping tool, the closed caption screen reader, and then like your recorder. Those are all useful features that are just built into Windows, and a lot of people don't know that they exist. But whenever I show them to them, they're like, wow, that is awesome. I could use that. So it's just quick little buttons. Like right there, I just use the hotkey on my keyboard to launch the screen snipping tool. I would be able to click a button instead and be able to use it. So kind of a nice feature, I guess. I did fire up the booster, and I was a little surprised because it barely uses any memory whenever it's running. But as you can see in the background here in Process Monitor, it is going balls to the wall and doing stuff. There was some reviews in the Microsoft Store claiming that this thing is calling home to China. China has different laws and different governance than what everybody else does. And Microsoft caters to them because China's huge. Like, there's a completely different Microsoft OneDrive version for China. So if this person's PC was registered with a Chinese version of the Windows operating system, then it's likely that it was calling a server in China. I'm not going to go through and check that. I checked the calls that PC Manager was making through Process Monitors, how I found them, and all I found was it was just calling this one server, and it's Microsoft server. So yeah, not too concerning. Always take those things with a grain of salt whenever you see stuff like that, especially whenever it's in a 1-star review on something that is a high star review process. Where am I at here? What is going on? There we go. So yeah, let's take a look at the memory. So all in all, kind of a useful little app. I doubt that it's really going to speed up your PC, but it does help out with managing residual files, and it is a nice quick way to go in and take off a startup app that's bugging you. If you're not an administrator, I can see that this PC Manager tool would be useful to you. Let's check where we're at. Yeah, so there we are, and you can see how much memory it's actually using. It's barely using anything. I have that boost on, and it's using 46 megabytes, so it's not taking up as much RAM as what some of those other programs out there that claim to speed up your computer are. But yeah, I thought it was a neat little app. I figured I would pop in and see what it's like and let people know about it. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know. Oh, and if you have anything on your computer that is claiming to speed up your computer, know that that is bogus.